Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So we're doing a really exciting video today. I know my last two videos have been about Taylor Swift, but this will be the last one for a little bit for all of you that follow me that don't like Taylor Swift. But I have talked at length in my past two videos about the fact that I'm going to the Eras tour. Oh my god, I literally, it's getting closer and closer. I literally like have an internal stroke every time I think about it. I'm so excited. Because of that, today's video is going to be you helping me make my outfit for the tour. For the Eras tour, a lot of people have been going really all out with their costumes for the tour. So a lot of people are making like recreations of outfits that Taylor's worn in the past to wear to the show, or recreations of her tour outfits, or just outfits that are really heavily inspired by one of her albums anyway. I obviously needed to go all out for this. I love sewing and I love making stuff and I love making costumes and I love Halloween and I love dressing up, so I knew that I needed to do something really cool. So the outfit that I'm making today is going to be Taylor's outfit that she wore to the Wango Tango Festival in 2019. You definitely know what I'm talking about. It's basically this jacket that has a super long fringe that's dyed rainbow colors and some matching shorts. I love this. It's from the Lover era, so me and my boyfriend are both dressing as the Lover era. I'm going to start working on my costume today. So before we get started, I'm going to show you what I've collected so far to work on this. So I bought 3 clothing pieces that I am going to kind of DIY into what will look similar to her Wango Tango outfit, and also the dye. So I'm going to show you what I got. I bought these white denim shorts from Target. They were $18. In the outfit that she wears on the tour, she's not wearing denim. It kind of looks like a shiny, like polyester, maybe like nylon kind of texture, but the shorts and the top kind of look like denim shorts and a denim jacket, so that's what I bought because I don't know how to source something that looks like what she actually wore. So I think that the shorts will do just the trick, and these were like the cheapest shorts that I found. So these are just some plain white denim shorts from Target. And so I knew for the jacket that I would need a white denim jacket, and I'm so mad because I actually used to have one and I never wore it, so I sold it on Depop or Poshmark like last year, and now obviously at the time when I needed a white denim jacket I had already given mine away, but I ordered another one on Depop. This one like a little bit oversized, so I think it'll be good for this project. It has like some distressing on it, but like I don't really care. Like I'm only gonna wear this outfit one time, so I really don't care. And then the last thing that I needed for the outfit was going to be material to make the fringe out of. I feel like what makes this outfit so striking is the amount and length of the fringe that's on the jacket. So for the actual fringe material, I was thinking about just buying like a white bed sheet or something and dyeing it and then trimming it into fringe and then sewing it on. So I went to the thrift store to look for that, and what I ended up buying was this. It's just a curtain. It's like a white curtain, but it's really like lightweight, and I thought that would be good because when I like throw my arms up, it'll probably like flutter nicely. At least that's what I'm thinking. I don't know, I'm not like a master seamstress or anything like that, but this is what I got, and it's also really big, so I'll be able to make the fringe as long as I want, hopefully. And then I ended up just buying like a really simple tie-dye kit. This conveniently came with the 3 colors that I needed, which is pink, yellow, and like teal blue color. But I haven't tie-dyed anything or just dyed anything in a really long time, so I was reading about it this morning, and I think what I need to do is get like a cookie, like not drying, what is it called? A cookie cooling rack, because I've heard that if you dye something on there, it's a little bit better because you can let the extra dye like fall underneath. Like the excess dye will like drip down so it doesn't like pool on like the garbage bag or whatever you're dyeing it on top of. I don't have one of those, so I'm gonna go buy one, and I also need to get some gloves. I'm really concerned with this, like since I'm using these 3 different colors, I'm concerned that it's gonna like get my hands all gross, and then I'm gonna, you know, mix all the colors together, and I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna go get some gloves and a, what is it called? A cookie cooling rack? Oh my god, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Okay, so yeah, let's go do that. They didn't have any. The grocery store that I went to was out of the cookie drying racks. Why do I keep saying drying rack? My phone stopped recording in the car. They did not have the cookie baking. No, oh my god. Cookie cooling rack. They didn't have any at the grocery store. And I also remembered that I have some gloves here. I think I'm just gonna go without the rack and I'm just gonna dye it. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm a little bit nervous about this because I haven't had time to work on this until now, and the show that I'm going to is in like 2 weeks. If it doesn't work, then I'm gonna have to figure something else out really quickly. So I am just hoping that it will work. So now what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna measure the little curtain that I have so I can cut it to the right size for the fringe. Okay, I live in a small room that doesn't have a lot of floor space, so this is what we're working with. Disregard my White Claw box. Okay, so I laid out, this is the curtain. It's actually like a shower curtain, I think. Well, no, it's a regular curtain. I'm gonna lay out the jacket and then like lay down on it to like measure how long I want the fringe to be. So I just like rewatched a clip from the festival, and when she is like putting her arms out like straight, as far as I can tell, it goes to like her knees about. So I think I'm gonna cut it like this is so ridiculous. So I think I'm gonna cut it like a little bit longer than my own knees, so that I will have like space to adjust it if I need to. Yeah, I'm also concerned about making it too long because when I put my arms down, I don't want it to like drag on the ground. But I guess we'll just deal with that once I actually sew it all together. Let me mark this. I feel very much like Makara Tours right now. Cut your fabric 3.5 skateboards in length, whatever she says. I'm gonna cut it now. I also realized that this actually came with 2 of the same curtain, so if I messed up, I have a backup. And of course, I'm gonna watch a performance at the festival while I do this. Hey, I got my fringe thing. I am kind of concerned about how I'm gonna dye this because it's such a huge piece of fabric. I might have to like cut it in half and do like vertically and do half at a time. Okay, and here is where we start the hard part. I'm gonna go into more detail about what happened in a little bit, but I'll just like talk you through what happened in this section because I wanted to talk about the technique that I used, and I used the word technique extremely lightly here. I had considered doing like a dip dye thing where I make like a bucket of dye and then like dip the pieces in like in chunks, but I wanted to have a lot more control about where the color went, so I ended up just using the tie-dye bottles themselves. And as you can see here, I have the bottle of dye in my right hand and then my left hand is in a glove. And basically all I did was I just squirted out the dye into like a little puddle, and then I used my hand that was in the glove to really spread it out and rub it in. This is not the best for even coverage of dye, but it was good to control where it was going, and since I wanted it to look a lot like the picture, I felt like this was the best method to do. But if you wanted to do the dip dye thing, I support you in that decision. But yeah, here, now let me tell you the story time of how this entire project went awry. So enjoy that, I guess. This has been a little bit of a roller coaster of a project to work on. My hands are literally blue right now. I do have to work tomorrow. I didn't do a lot of updating while I was working on this because I was in stress mode while I was working on this. I truly thought I was gonna have wasted so much money and was gonna throw everything away. But my washing machine just finished and it's literally perfect. I can't believe it. Okay, let me just like give you a rundown of what has just happened. What has just conspired. Let me put my glasses on, I can't see shit. Just tell you what just happened over the past 8 hours. So I started working on this at like 4 p.m. I did the shorts first, which you saw in the video. I did the shorts and then I did 1/4 of the jacket, and then I was like, oh my god, I'm not gonna have enough dye. And I should have thought about this before. I was like, obviously I'm not gonna have enough dye, like whatever. It's a lot of material to cover in the dye. And so I was like, oh, I really need to go to the store to buy more dye. But the closest craft store, like the closest Michael's to me, is like 15 minutes away, maybe 20 minutes if there's traffic. And there was traffic because this is at like 5:30 p.m. I was like, okay, but I had already dyed like 1/4 of the jacket. So I was like, but I didn't have enough dye to finish the jacket before I left. So I was like, okay, I need to go there as fast as possible so that I can get back here and finish dyeing the jacket so that like all of the parts of the jacket get to sit in the dye for the same amount of time, if you know what I mean. Because like if I leave just the 1/4 of the jacket dyed for like 5 hours, but I only let the rest of it soak for like 3 hours, it's gonna be like 2 different shades of the colors, you know? Did I even explain that well? It's literally, it's midnight right now. Then I was like, whatever, well, I can't finish it anyway, so I need to go to the store. So I was wearing my pajamas. I went to Michael's, drove there as fast as I could, came back, finished dyeing the jacket, and then I started working on the big sheet for the fringe. And as soon as I squirted the first little blob of dye onto this thing, I realized that it's actually a shower curtain and not like a regular curtain. So the dye didn't soak in to the fabric at all, because like shower curtains have that like waxy outside. So obviously dye can't seep into that. So I was thinking about this in the bathroom, and I was sitting on the floor and I was like, oh my god, what do I do? And at this point it was probably like 6:30, maybe 6:30. Then I was like, okay, well, I don't know what to do, because like thrift stores around me close at like 5 or 6. So I was like, those are out. And I had never been to a Joann's in the city that I live in now. So I didn't even know where one was, if I even wanted to go buy fabric for this. So then I looked up the nearest Joann's, and it's 20 minutes away from where I live. So I was like, you know what? It was like 6:30, they didn't close until 9, so I was like, I can make it. So I drove out there. I bought more fabric. I just bought plain white cotton fabric, and it was on sale. It was like $4 a yard, so it wasn't really that expensive. And I also bought another pack of pink dye because I was running out of pink. I'm so ill prepared, and I dyed it, and it was fine. I don't even know if I got any of this on video. But anyway, so at this point, I had finished dyeing the fabric at like 7:30. So I had finished dyeing the shorts at like 4:35, finished dyeing the jacket at like 6, and then I finished dyeing the fringe at like 7:30. And so now I'm like, I had it all, it was like wrapped up and just sitting in the dye. Well, what do I do now? Because am I just gonna rinse all of these at different times of the night? Because then I'm also gonna be up all hours of the night, and I have to work tomorrow morning. So I was like, I can't just be like up rinsing and putting stuff in the washing machine all night. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna bite the bullet and rinse it all at the same time. I was like, oh my god, I totally let this sit for too long. I was a little stressed when I first started putting the dye on the fabric because it was really saturated, and like the actual colors that were like on the package of the dye was not, those were not like the colors that I wanted, because the colors that she wears in the pictures are way lighter. They're kind of like more pastel. The colors of dye that I bought, which were just the only ones they had, were way more saturated. And so when I started rinsing, I was like, oh, I totally let it sit for too long, because it was like way too dark. And it took me so freaking long to rinse these things. My hands were literally raw by the end, and especially like rinsing denim in cold water. Oh my god, it hurts your hands so badly, and I started like getting muscle spasms in my arms. But anyway, I finally rinsed it all. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put it in the washing machine. We're just going to see how it looks. So I just put it in the washing machine. And when you do it, you should put it on like you're doing a full load, even though you're only putting a couple pieces in. It just finished, and I pulled it out. And the color is so good. It's like, obviously, it doesn't look exactly like the picture because it's like on denim, you know, $10 fabric dye from the store. But, okay, so if I say this as if anyone is going to make this. I assume that no one's going to make this, but if you are, here's my tip. So I would just use like plain Tulip brand dye, like what you use for like kids soccer t-shirts, stuff like that. It's just like basic dye, $10 at Michael's. So for my denim shirt and my denim shorts, I left it on for like about 4 hours. Usually the package says that you should wait 6 to 8 hours, and then a lot of people say you should wait overnight, like even 24 hours to let the dye set in. But I knew that I wanted it to be lighter, so I found that about 4 hours was good for the colors that I bought. I used like fuchsia, yellow, and turquoise. And then for the fabric that I bought, since it was pretty thin cotton, I only let it sit for probably 2.5, maybe 3 hours. And then I put it in the washing machine, did the full like big load. So now I'm like de-wrinkling it in the dryer for a little bit more, I think that will help it lighten up just a little bit, and then I'm gonna hang dry overnight for the rest of it. So either tomorrow or maybe the day after that or the day after that, sew the fringe on. But yeah. Okay, it's the next day. I got home from work, and if you're wondering, after that last clip that you watched, I slept for 2 hours last night. But we're continuing anyway. So here is my fabric. I just ironed loosely these two pieces because they were pretty wrinkly from being in the washing machine. So I dried them, hung them dry last night, and then I just ironed them a little bit. So here is the jacket. I'm trying to measure how much of this I'm going to need. Okay, it looks like I have like just the right amount. It does go like all the way down to both cuffs, and then I think it stops right before the cuffs, but it does go all the way across the back. So I think what I'm gonna do now is just trim the like jagged edge of each of these sheets just so that it's straight, and then basically just like pin it onto the jacket and sew it on. It's kind of scary. Yeah, so I'm gonna trim like all the excess off of here. I'm gonna leave as much on the bottom as possible so that once it's all sewn on I can try it on and see like how long I actually want it to hang. For now, I'm just gonna trim the sides and the top so that I have a clean edge to work with when I start sewing.
Watching, but I still feel so alone, alone. And I've been waiting on a miracle, but by the time it comes, I'll probably be stoned or on my phone. Oh no, now I'm sure that you have got the perfect positive quote to say, but I don't want your optimism today. I just wanna complain. It takes a whole damn hour to afford 2 gallons, and I'm not doing enough. Another day, another challenge. I woke up one day and the world was cold. Feel like I'm way too young to feel this old. I got a hole in my heart that keeps getting bigger, so I'll try to fill it up. A root in my liver. I'm a poster child, millennial. Feel like I'm way too young to feel this old.
Okay, hello. Welcome back. So, it's the next day. I did finish doing my little sewing portion last night, and I also cut my bangs last night at like midnight. So I think that the last thing you probably saw was me using my sewing machine to sew the fringe onto the jacket, and that went well for a little bit, but I had originally intended to hand sew it on because I didn't think that I'd be able to fit this sleeve around the arm of my sewing machine, and that's true. I couldn't fit it, but I tried to do it anyway, and so I messed it up severely, and I also broke the needle on my sewing machine, and I didn't have any more. So I got most of it on fine with the sewing machine, but then there were just a couple of sections like right in the middle of the sleeves right here where I had to hand sew it. It really didn't take that long. It took me maybe like 30 minutes to hand sew the rest of it on. But yeah, this is what it looks like now. I'm gonna try and show you what it looks like now. I really like it. It does not look cute with my current outfit, but it really just looks like a big cape right now. But I feel like when I cut the fringe, it's gonna look so good. Okay, let me try and show you a better version. Okay, I hope you can see this. This is what it looks like right now. So I did sew it all the way down each of the sleeves, but I stopped right before this cuff area, so I'm gonna trim that off at the end, but I feel like it looks so cool. This is just a plain white cotton fabric that I bought from Joann's, and it's really lightweight, so I think that when I do actually trim it into the fringe, it's gonna be really flowy. I want, like, when I lift my arms like that, for it to really like flutter, and I think that it's going to. I am going to take a look at some pictures from Taylor's version of this. Taylor's version, and I think that hers goes really far down her legs. I think I'm just gonna trim a little bit on the bottom, but yeah, I'm just gonna start cutting the fringe now. I'm like a little scared, like what if it doesn't look good?
Everyone's invited to this pity party in my head, my head. And I'll cry if I want to, and I want to, but nobody's listening.
We're here at the tour. I finished my outfit, and we're gonna go see Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
This is my outfit. And yeah, so this is a bunch of footage of me and my boyfriend at the tour. It was so so much fun. Like, I can't even describe how much fun it was. We were up in the true blue nosebleeds, like second to last row, but I still had the time of my life. It was amazing. I had so much fun. My favorite song performance of the night, unfortunately, was Shake It Off. I cannot help myself. I am a Shake It Off stan. I also severely enjoyed when she played Marjorie, when she played Cruel Summer, and I really loved Ready for It, and the whole rep set was really good too. Our surprise songs of the night were Forever and Always from Fearless. Why did I almost forget what album that was from? And This Love from 1989, which I think were some pretty incredible surprise songs. These clips that you're looking at right now are me and my boyfriend going absolutely feral to Shake It Off. Absolutely feral levels of annoyance to the people around us. I do not apologize, though. But yeah, it was just absolutely incredible, and I loved every second of it. It was amazing. This is me singing along to Forever and Always. I also traded a lot of friendship bracelets with some really amazing and nice people, and I'm going to give you a little haul after this, so you can see all the bracelets that I got. But yeah, it was the best night ever. We're back. We survived.
Sandwich time.
I did really successful in terms of bracelets. I traded all but 2 of mine. It was amazing. What was your favorite part of the night? Also, I still have my light up bracelet on. We think our favorite song of the night was Shake It Off. We went so crazy to Shake It Off. I also personally really enjoyed Cruel Summer, Marjorie, Ready for It, Bejeweled. Cole really enjoyed his sandwich. We were going absolutely feral, most feral in our section, or at least I was. I was definitely being annoying, but... Oh, I also got this cute ring. Got a lot of compliments on my outfit. I can show all the bracelets that I got later. Somebody said that I was giving Miss Americana, so she gave me a Miss Americana bracelet. My God. You're like, Adam Richmond from Man vs. Food, just downing water after you eat the sandwich to like break down the bread so you can eat it faster.
You need to help me swallow.
Were you really hungry?
Like Joey Chestnut.
Yeah. Remember those crab fries? We got these crab fries. Oh, I got a shirt. I'll show it later, maybe when we get back to the hotel. So this was the Philadelphia Night 2 Saturday night show. The surprise songs tonight were ungodly choices. They were very good. It was Forever and Always on guitar, and then This Love on piano, and it was amazing. Something that I didn't know from watching the live streams is that during the surprise songs, like for Forever and Always, all of the bracelets lit up yellow, and then during This Love, all the bracelets lit up like teal blue for 1989. I didn't know if they had done that before, but it was really cool. Okay, I will show you my friendship bracelets when we get back to the hotel. Okay, bye. Okay, these are all the bracelets that I got. I'm gonna show you rapid fire all of them. Okay, here's my light up bracelet. Swifty, Queen, Peace. I made this one, I didn't trade it. This one says Out of the Woods. Midnights. I love this one. It says Bejeweled. I made this one. This says Ivy. This one says My Best Dress. Speak Now, Taylor's version. Style. Take Me to Church. I kept this one that says Willow. This is probably my favorite one that I got. It says Marjorie. And then I also really like this one. I got this. It has a little cat charm on it. This one says Eras Tour. This one says Miss Americana. This one says You Are in Love. Picture to Burn. I really like this one. It says What Would Taylor Swift Do? And it's orange. And then I also kept this one that I made that says Mary Song. And then there's my red ring, and I got this one. And I gave someone that other ring that I had. And those are all my bracelets. Okay, it's me like 2 days later after the concert. Yeah, I just am gonna finish off this video. I hope that you enjoyed watching me make my Eras Tour outfit. I don't assume that anyone is actually going to use this as a tutorial, but if you do, I hope you have fun making your outfit. And I hope that you enjoyed watching my complete struggle to make mine. If you're going to the tour, I hope you have so much fun. Make friendship bracelets, trade them, sing, and be the most annoying person in your section. And if you don't have tickets, enjoy it every night on the live stream. I have also been doing that. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.
Takes a whole damn hour to afford 2 gallons, and I'm not doing enough. Another day, another challenge.